Jak and Daxter are hanging out over here, so let's just walk on up to these guys and say hi. What's up, boys? What in the f? Where'd they go? That's weird. I wonder what that could be all about. Anyway. Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another video going over Planet Yeedil. So this is the last official Planet and Going Commando. Of course there's still the Insomniac Museum and I will get that implemented at some point. But this is the last mainline level and yeah, that pretty much will complete Going Commando. Obviously we missed a few things like the spherical planets and the ship battles. I've explained in the past why those aren't in the game right now. At some point, I would like to find a way to bring them in, but yeah, before we jump in, don't forget to give the video a like, and do consider subscribing, it helps me out a lot, and we also have a Patreon and a Discord with links for those things in the description below. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, so here we are, the Megacorp HQ, got a whole bunch of ships flying around. Those two may have just crashed into each other, but that's okay. As you guys know by now, I like to kind of test these things with you guys firsthand, so if anything's broken, we're going to find it broken together. And alright, so first thing we can do is cross this bridge, and let's go ahead and collect this platinum bolt that's up here, and try not to fall off into the water. Alright, cool. So we got that one out of the way right away, and we've got these swing shot targets. We've got some receiver bots over here on that pathway, so we're just going to go ahead and actually, let's see if we can jump over here and kind of skip past the swing shot just so we can explore this section, because I'm pretty sure normally in the game you can't get over here as Ratchet. You might be able to, actually. Oh, well, yeah, you definitely can, but it's not a whole lot. We'll explore it anyway. Got some Protopets, some more crates. We've got these big Protopet crate things that I actually added collision to, or I thought they were dynamic. They might just be really heavy. Yeah, they're...
And it's gone!
Yeah, they're really heavy, but my gun can shoot them. And if we keep on heading down this way, a whole bunch of the receiver bots, like we've seen in the last few videos. And you can hear all the ships flying over. I hope that's not too loud. Another one of those crates. Let's jump over these guys, and alright, cool. So now we're at this area. We just kind of skipped the swing shot targets, and that's fine. Not a big deal. More Protopets. More robots. We've got these garage doors, and okay, so the enemies that normally would populate this planet, for some reason their models are just their legs. We had the same issue on Dabo a while back, so they're not in the level right now. One of these days I hope to pull those models and get them working correctly, but as of right now they're just not in the game. More of these garage doors, nothing crazy here. We can walk up to them and open them up. There's nothing inside right now. One of these days I might come back and add some stuff just to kind of spice things up a bit, but right now they are empty. And jump on up here. So this section again, you would only be able to control it with the receiver bots, but we can just jump over ourselves, and you can see Jak and Daxter are hanging out over here, so let's just walk on up to these guys and say hi. What's up, boys? What in the f? Where'd they go? That's weird. I wonder what that could be all about. Anyway, let's collect this mysterious orb. Couldn't possibly tell you what that thing is. Yeah. Got some more Protopets in here. I think that one's empty. I think one of these has more Protopets in it. Yeah, so these two have Protopets. I put them in there because that's where they're at in the game. Normally there'd just be a whole bunch of those battle bots, or whatever they're called, in here. Ranger bots or Megacorp. I don't know. I'm sure someone will correct me. We can go ahead and jump back, and if we head over here, we've got this big door that if we approach is going to open up for us, and we've got our teleporter that's going to bring us to the lower areas of the map. So let's go ahead and jump on that and do just that. And alright, so here we are in the inside of the facility. So if we head this way, we're gonna have this really cool big light window that lights up this whole hallway. I really like how that turned out. And this big area, wow. Yeah, these places are huge when you look at them in VR. It's pretty awesome. I don't know if... Okay, cool, I can't get up there. Nice. So you normally use the gravity boots to get up here. You guys all know that. So we'll just swing shot up. Some more crates. Collect some bolts. And you know what? Let's just do something. Let's drop down and just kind of... There's not really anything down here, but you know, I do a really bad job at exploring the areas that we now have access to, so I try and do that a little bit more, just to give you guys an idea of what you can do in the game. Collect that ammo. And again, normally this would just be a giant shootout area, but we're just going to appreciate it for what it is. Alright, cool. Moving ahead, some more protopets. That big box that you can shoot. And alright, I'm getting tangled up in my wire here. Let me just fix that. Alright, so I got these spinning fan platforms. Normally you'd shoot them with the dynamo and they would spin, but they're just kind of spin for us all the time. Make things a little bit easier. And some more crates. Let's just push these ones off the ledge because that's fun to do sometimes too. Get out of here. Go. There we go. See ya. Jump. Jump. And try and do this somewhat like we're actually supposed to do. Alright, cool. So, now we're in this room, got some more protopets, then we have these big tank things, and their cannons will follow us wherever we go. And these platforms up here, I guess something we can do is sort of jump up here and explore these a bit. There's not really a whole lot to see, but I don't think you could get up here in the normal game, so... Oh yeah, this is a cool little area, so if we jump over here... Oh, you can sort of see through the world. Ignore that. So, another spot you can't normally go to, but we can. And I'll jump in here, and it's just... I mean, there's not really a whole lot to show. I just think it's cool that we can now explore these spots that you never could before. And alright. Head over this way. That door's gonna open for us. And then we've got this section here with all the protopets. You can see how all the protopets are kind of hiding out on these machine parts so they don't get hurt by the water. Smart little guys. And we're just going to hop across these platforms, shoot some more crates, collect a whole bunch of bolts. And okay, so now we can use our swing shot the way we're supposed to. And pull ourselves over. One thing I am just now realizing is that this does not move. It's supposed to move in the game. Maybe that's a happy accident.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Now we can jump over here. Got more of these tanks. And alright, crates. And we've got the grind boot section, and then this bridge that's going to move us across here. So obviously we would normally want to use our grind boots to get that platinum bolt right there, but since we don't actually have that mechanic, what we can do is we'll come in here, and I'm hoping I did not add a collision to that. Why do I always forget these things? That's okay. Well, so I did add collision, just not the right kind. Whatever. We're going to take advantage of that and just sort of walk through it here. I'll make sure I get that fixed for the actual release for you guys. But we're going to... I guess we can just walk across this. Why not? It's big enough. Now, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to do all that. Let's just jump over. And here, we'll stand on this little ledge right here, and then we'll drop down. There we go. Alright, cool. Got the second platinum bolt. I can't remember if that's the last one. I mean, I placed them in the level, but I don't remember how many there are. That's okay. We have this bridge that if we shoot with our slingshot, should open like that. And sound was a little off on that. That's okay. So next up is this room. I don't remember what happens in here. Maybe nothing happens. This might be... I think this is the room before we start the cutscene. Right. Okay. That's right. Okay. So normally this room has another teleporter in it that would take you to the final section of the map where you fight the giant mutant protopet. But what I did was I kind of took those parts of the level and physically put them together. So instead of teleporting, there's just an extra little hallway here that we can walk through. And then this would be where we would have our confrontation with Angela and Quark, and then, you know, the Protopet would bust through this cage here, and then we can see him right there. So this is the end of the level, and we can go ahead and walk up to this guy and take a look at him up close. So I'm going to go around this way for a very specific reason you'll see here in a minute. But yeah, this guy's massive. He's just kind of hanging out here with his animations. The reason I avoided this center area is, you guys know if you play the game, that he has 3 phases, and as you defeat each phase, he kind of busts through the floor. So to do that, we just kind of have to walk forward here, and you're going to hear that break. Oh, alright, well, I just broke through 2 floors at the same time. My bad. Okay, so I did actually go ahead and reset just so I could show you guys how this is supposed to work. So come over here, and this outer ring is going to be where you walk into for the first section to break, and this middle part right here is where the second one is supposed to break. So anyway, yeah, this is the second floor. It pretty much looks identical to the first, but I really wanted to show you guys how that worked. Now we can walk up to the center one, and we will both fall. Alright, cool. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much Yeedil. You know, it's not a massive planet to explore. It's mostly just meant for combat. You know, it's kind of that final act, you know, badass, you know, balls to the walls, shooting and blowing everything up. You know, it's kind of the epic grand finale. So yeah, I guess with all of that out of the way, we can go ahead and say hi to the Patreons. Oh, wait a minute. That's another one of those eggs from earlier. Well, no harm in picking it up and seeing what happens, right? See? Absolutely nothing went wrong. Whoa, wait, whoa, ah! Ah! Oh, God. Oh, my head. What? Where am I? Jak, Daxter. What happened? Where am I? What? Haven City? But that can only mean... Oh, God. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that pretty big announcement. I'm super excited to be working on Jak and Daxter VR. It's a game that I grew up playing alongside Ratchet and Clank. Now, I want to make it very clear that Ratchet and Clank is not going anywhere. That is still going to be the primary focus of this channel. I would say it's probably going to be like 80% Ratchet and Clank content, and then 20% will be Jak and Daxter VR. At least for now, Jak and Daxter is a very different type of project because that's just one big, massive open world. And the way that I'm going to work on that is it will be similar to Ratchet and Clank in the sense that we'll be doing different sections at a time. So like we'll do the slums and then like the city port and all those different areas, and we'll probably treat those as their own episodes like Ratchet and Clank. But it'll just be handled a little bit differently. Anyway though, yeah, super excited. Hope you guys are excited. And with that, let's go ahead and say thank you to the Patreons and close this video out. We actually have them all the way up there, so we're gonna fly up to the top of the Megacorp headquarters. And that also kind of gives us a chance to appreciate this beautiful skybox that we have here. Ooh. Ship just flew through me. Alright. Okay, so here we are at the Patreons. Thank you so much to our Gold Bolt patrons, Riv Ravs, Charles Duncan, Banana Blaster, and Jointy. And then, of course, our fabulous Cratreons, starting with Ratchet Cinema ESP, Gremlin, Only Dance TTV, sorry about that, Jose Munez, CJ Base, Stephen F, Jay, Invidu, nice, Jacob Hood, Poldavico, Starlight Moon 213, Sky Toucher, Mod Some Fun, It's Chubbs, Roman, Nautical Turtle, Beta Tester, Dr. Legit, Her Punished Fristy, James Wood, Tetracina, MER, Tom Raider, and Tabriz Sadiq. Alright, thank you guys again for all your continued support. You have no idea how much it helps and how much I appreciate it, so huge thank you. And I'll go ahead and mention one more time that Yeedil was the last main planet from Going Commando. Again, I do want to work on the Insomniac Museum. That probably will be the next planet, but after that, I want you guys to let me know which Ratchet and Clank game you want me to work on next, because I will be working on Jak and Daxter VR alongside Ratchet and Clank VR. It's not like I'm going to abandon one or the other. They're going to happen at the same time, and that's super exciting. So let me know what you want. Me personally, I'm debating between the original game and Up Your Arsenal. I want to do Deadlock, but I want to save Deadlock for last. So actually, let me know between the original game and Up Your Arsenal, because Deadlock is going to come last, no matter what. Alright, you guys, with that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.
See you later.